good, y'all? It's your boy King Cal 516 live in the mix. This is the Swiss Flames podcast. We're going to get right into this. So, a couple of days ago, I released a video about the Miami Heat being a dark horse team. So that was kind of like my team in the Eastern Conference who I felt was a dark horse team. Now I'm going to get into today who I feel is my dark horse team in the Western Conference, and that is none other than the Golden State Warriors. So we're going to break this down, and I'm going to tell you why I believe this season Golden State Warriors are a dark horse team. But before we do that, please check out our website at www.swissflames.com. Hit us up on Twitter at Swiss Flames, and definitely check out the Facebook page at Swiss Flames Podcast. So let's dive right into this. Now, normally, especially in this last decade that just passed us, Golden State would always, almost year in, year out, be one of the favorites to win the NBA championship. A lot of things have changed since they lost that finals when KD went down, Klay Thompson went down. They lost to the Raptors. Golden State has been in a not a full rebuild, but a semi-rebuild, retool kind of situation. And so the key to a lot of these title runs, you know what I mean? Those three championships that they got, the key to it, besides, two of them, they were able to get Kevin Durant free agency, which kind of turned the tides of the NBA. But their bench has been a key component. Having key role players in these title runs have had a huge impact on the team. And trying to rebuild that has been part of the issue of Golden State not really being as good as they could be. The other big thing is, your second best player, Klay Thompson, has been down hurt the last two seasons. So to lose that, it's one thing to lose Kevin Durant, but to lose another guy that, is one of your top guns as far as your firepower, that's hard to overcome. You know what I mean? And so getting Klay Thompson, that's a given. Sometime this season, Klay Thompson will come back. Most signs are indicating that he'll be back by Christmas. And so Klay Thompson playing anywhere near the level that he played before he got hurt, even though, it's going to be hard to expect him to be at that pinnacle where he was right before he got hurt. But if you can just get Klay Thompson anywhere close, 85%, of Klay Thompson, you got a situation where this Golden State Warriors team is going to be dangerous. They have a lot more depth now. You know what I'm saying? They had gotten D'Angelo Russell, flipped him for Andrew Wiggins. That's a key component right there, because when Klay comes back, Klay traditionally has been the guy always to guard the best wings on the other side. And so having Andrew Wiggins, definitely will take some of that pressure. And then another thing too is Klay coming back moves everybody down a slot as far as options, right? Because you would assume Klay will go right back to be the second option. You know what I mean? It's just going to make this team a lot more dangerous. They spent a couple of years trying to develop young talent, and they kept the young talent who they felt, was providing. And so, for instance, Jordan Poole, who's been pretty big in the preseason, but Jordan Poole has come along season after season, and he looks like he's going to have a breakout season this year. And so I would only expect, once it's all said and done, going into the playoffs, Jordan Poole will be like a sixth man coming off the bench for the Golden State Warriors. Some great pickups that they had was Otto Porter Jr., another guy you can another 3-and-D wing defender, another guy you can kind of put in, help take some pressure off of Klay Thompson, guarding, some of the better wings in the league. You know what I mean? There's a lot more depth, and Otto Porter Jr. is another guy who could put up some points. Obviously, they re-signed Iguodala, which I think, even though I really like the Otto Porter Jr. signing, I think the Iguodala move is huge. Now, Iggy is only a former shell of himself. Granted, I understand that. He's in his decline. But Iggy's leadership, and especially on this team where he has a lot of pull already because he has the respect of the star players, right? And so he's going to have a lot of say. He's going to have a lot of pull. Iggy's one of those really good guys to have on your team when it comes to just leadership, veteran leadership. And let's be honest, Iggy's probably one of the few players on the team that can get in Draymond Green's face and hold him accountable. And Draymond will follow suit, because Draymond will have nothing but the utmost respect for a guy that he won some rings with. You understand what I'm saying? Iguodala is a former Finals MVP, so he's going to have a lot of respect in that locker room, and he's going to have a big voice. And I think that was key, having a guy like Iggy, because if Draymond Green is fire, Iggy would be ice. He's a great balance to the vocal leadership of Draymond Green. It's a great balance to have. You understand what I'm saying? So I think that's a crucial signing. And, so those are a couple key acquisitions I felt like were really good. And then also, they got a big wild card in here because we still, because of his injury, we haven't seen James Wiseman yet come back. And so James Wiseman, it'd be interesting to see how they use him. I mean, this guy was a top 3 pick. He ended up being the number 2 pick. The Golden State picked him. And so he has loads of talent. So if healthy, and the Golden State just get some time just to get some reps in, this is a very dangerous team that, if they're hitting on all cylinders, can create havoc for opposing teams in the Western Conference. And so Golden State Warriors are definitely my dark horse team in the West. You know what I mean? Let me know what you guys think. Do you agree with me that this team, if healthy, hitting on all cylinders, can become a very, very huge problem for a lot of the teams in the West? If you agree with me, hit me up in the comments. Let me know what you think. If you disagree, let me know what you think. I respect either or. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. It's your boy King Kyle 516 signing off. This has been the Switch Flame Podcast, y'all.